Hello. Hello. How are y'all doing? How are you doing today? It's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. It's been raining and it's still a beautiful day. But how are you doing today? I'm going to jump right in. I just wanted to come in and pop in and talk real quick because I'm just wondering, like, does the world lack emotions? I really want to know what you think. So even if you drop in, if you're looking at the replay, like tap in, like let me know what you think. Let's have these conversations because I think that's how we build awareness as a community. Literally, we have to have the conversations, give our perspectives, and not feel like somebody is judging us, not feel like our perspective doesn't matter, but also having our perspective, meeting somebody else with a different perspective, and being able to build on our perspective. Like being able to contradict yourself is growth. I think B. Simone said that, and it's facts. Like being able to contradict yourself is growth. So me saying, okay, I believe in this one thing, and then I have an experience that says, okay, well, actually now I'm believing something different, valid. But anywho, the world, like where's the compassion? As a compassion coach, I've gone through my life trying to give people understanding. And while I've had so much understanding, there's been instances where I had no understanding, right? I come from the hood, but I was in the house. I wasn't out on the stoop. So my understanding of life from a hood perspective was different. Whereas I went to college and I was outside of the hood, and we all know that when you're outside of the trap, that's different life. So I could help somebody maneuver outside of the trap, but I didn't know, like, I don't know what to tell you about the hood. We can call my mama though. She a real thug. Like she can get us out of any pickle if we need to. Like that was definitely me. I don't got no shame. Hey mom, look, ooh, you ain't gonna believe this. Like, I've definitely been one of those type of people, right? But that allowed me to grow up having compassion that a lot of my counterparts and my peers may not have gotten. Right. So, oh, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. Okay. We got YouTube and Facebook and them. How y'all doing? Hello. Um, but I struggled with being able to kind of connect to other people because I was in the house, but I grew up around people who were taught don't have no emotions. You stuff your emotions down, right? You don't talk about your feelings. You don't talk about what hurt you. What? And if you do got to talk about what hurt you was with them hands, boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I got to say something, then you finna feel me. Like, I just, I just wanted to know if I said something wrong. Like, there was no communication skills, right? So a lot of times I wonder, does the world lack emotions, or do we just lack emotional intelligence, which is being able to communicate our emotions because we feel. People feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like Lorena Bobbitt, ain't that the lady who cut the penis off? She was feeling. She didn't not have no emotions for my guy. Okay. She felt, right? When we talk about the young boys in the hood, they feel, right? But they stuff it down so much, they put all their emotions on things. Perfect example. I used to have this quote when I was younger, and I would always say, "I love music. I love Melody because she'll always love me back, and she'll never leave me." I used to say this. Okay, this is around the time when Neo first album came out, and I think it's the second song that's called Melanie. I'm not really sure. I can't remember at this time, but that album was my shit, boy. Like my shit. Okay. So when I'm listening to the album, it's like, yes, oh my goodness, I flow away in the music because that's the only thing that could feel me, right? That could feel me and that could feel me, right? There was no emotion, nowhere for me to express my emotions other than listen to somebody else express theirs. It was the parallel. So, you know, yeah, right? And it just speaks to where we are now, Now, one of the things that I think that we have a big issue with is boundaries. as a world, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, no matter. We have a boundary issue, having people be able to be people. Then outside of that, we have a property issue. We think everything is our property. We live in this capitalist world. America is messing everything up because America just want money all the time. Like, we take the emotion out of it built in our culture because we want to make everything about being a capitalist, and not any compassion in it. And then if it is compassion, it's fake compassion. And I don't like that. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like that. Sometimes I struggle and I have to change this emotion within myself, because that means my marketing won't work if I don't believe in marketing. But hear me out. When I think about marketing, and I think about manipulation, having to manipulate people. There's some marketing that's simply there to manipulate you. They don't care what you thought it was. They're just gonna give you what they want. And then there's other people who genuinely want to help you, who genuinely want to see you make it, right? Like, I genuinely want my people to win. Like, I genuinely want people to win and have resources and create solutions and opportunities. Like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to be able to fund, how Meek Mills, something is it something on my face? Okay, how Meek Mills talk about we funding all these kids to go to college. Like, I want to be rapping that about politicians. Like, we funding all these black politicians to go in office. So now you don't gotta yes man to the white man who really in charge of your campaign. No, you said you wanted to do this and this. Well, I built up a brand that makes the money that will get you what you need. Like, I'm on some whole other stuff. Okay. I'm on some whole other stuff. So I truly, truly, truly want people to win. But people have to want to win themselves. They have to feel the emotion of, like, all right, I'm not at my full potential. I'm not even acting on my full potential right now. And I have to get to the place of wanting my full potential. And that means acting in peace and love, not killing everybody, bang, bang, shoot them up, not completely cutting everybody off because I feel like they don't understand my greatness, right? But really, it's not about understanding the greatness. It's really about being able to understand and have self accountability. Sometimes we push people away. Hello. Sometimes we push people away, and we're pushing people away because they weren't able to feed our ego. We're not saying, oh, this person is giving me the real business, or they're holding me accountable, and I'm grateful for them to fix my crown. But we're saying, hey, they called me out on something, they're judging me, so I'm just going to push them out of my life. That's unacceptable. Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to keep it real with you. That's unacceptable, because how are you going to grow if you don't allow people in your space that you can trust? Now, these are supposed to be trusted folks, but allow people in your space who can say, actually, that was wrong. You shouldn't have did that. Why would you do that? Come, like, how are you going to always be the picture in the frame that keeps you in check too? A lot of times we talk about people being on the outside looking in, but sometimes we need that frame to be like, well, this is what I see in the picture here, right? But we don't want to have that talk. It's fine. We don't got to. The tap into the podcast episode is coming out on Monday. I go in depth, but I really want to understand, like, what do you guys think? Do you think that we have this issue with emotional intelligence in our culture, where a lot of people just don't have the communication skills to articulate what they're feeling? So if you don't have the if you don't have the words to articulate what you're feeling, you're going to act it out. Just like a kid that goes to school and they're considered bad, you're going to act it out because you don't have the words to say, this is what I need. So instead, you're going to show up high or low, in a sense. You're going to show up overactive or underactive. And so if we can actually look at this for ourselves in the community, then we can see what our children are going through, right? Which is the same thing that we're internally going through with as well, right? So I personally think emotional intelligence, really having emotional support, and I got a story. I'll give you a great story. When I was breaking the trauma bond between me and my ex, I wasn't able to or I kept telling people that it was deeper than me just leaving. But I didn't understand how to say it's emotional intelligence. Emotional support that I need. Like, yes, I can come to your house. You can come pick me up and help me pack up all my stuff and leave him. But after I leave him, I need emotional support. The woman needs emotional support, because now I feel like something's missing out of my spirit. We got to look at this spiritually. We forget about ourselves spiritually when we purge something from our life that's been there for, in my case, 2 years, that leaves a gap in our spirit. We have to figure out who we are again, right? So when you're thinking about all of these steps that you have to take in building up your emotions, like emotional support, that's something that you cannot see. Oh, I see you said exactly. And most of them don't want to learn to articulate. Exactly. Exactly. That's one of the that's one of the things that I struggle with. Sometimes people misunderstand me and feel like I'm judging them, but it's just me really trying to understand why you don't want to put the effort in you. Like, you working on you and being able to articulate your feelings only means that everybody else will treat you better. It means that now we can fully understand what it is you need, want, or expect, right? But until we're able to understand our emotions and be able to articulate them, like, we're going to be guess I'm not a mind reader. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a mind reader. So you're going to be mad at me. Okay, because I didn't know. Oh, you wanted one? I didn't know that. Why you ain't say nothing? Like, I'm not going to always be in that space of, like, I can read your mind, like, obviously, like, if I'm going to the store or something. But I'm just saying, like, just an example. But right, help me to replace what I left behind with something more positive. Yes. So going back to that example, I had to have my sister, when I first left the situation. My sister was on the phone with me for 8 hours every day. We stayed on the phone. She would be doing stuff, cleaning, picking up her kid from from school. But I just needed somebody to be there. Just I started crying, or I started feeling like, why me? Or dealing with rejection, or the feelings of abandonment coming up. All of these things coming up. And we expect we expect men to sit in that by themselves. And sometimes that's hard. And I'm a person that sit by myself. Like, I live on the road. Like, nobody is out here with me. So for the most part, I sit by myself. But even me, even your favorite guru, has problems when they're going through a breakup or some sort of something that is messing with their, like, spiritual energy. Like, this man was a part of my body. There's going to be a detachment and a uh, like a valley high low situation while I get over him, especially because I had that codependency issue, right? So I attached a little bit more. I didn't have a healthy attachment style, which is where we get that trauma bonding from. A trauma bond is an attachment style. Some people think that you're delving into, wait, right? They don't understand the emotions, feel like you're getting too deep, and then push you away. They get defensive. That's when you start to have arguments and fights. People become resentful. Is that the word? Resentful. And I just wrote that down somewhere. People become resentful because they didn't set boundaries, and then they didn't leave. You didn't set a boundary, you didn't leave, and now you're mad at me. And the thing is, we have to be accountable for ourselves. You're mad at me because I have this certain awareness, so I like things to move a certain way. I can't make you do anything, right? You can't make me do anything. So if I stay and deal with that treatment, I'm doing myself a disservice. And if I stay, 9 times out of 10, I didn't have my boundaries in check. I didn't have a foundation for who I wanted to be. So I'm just going with the flow, right? Which I call hoe tactics. I'm just going to say it. I call it hoe tactics because that's me being desperate for attention, being desperate for uh whatever you're given at that time. So I call it hoe tactics just because that's in the streets, you know. when you're talking to somebody of street caliber, they're going to tell you, oh, a hoe is this, a hoe is that. And we just think it's about sex. But it's not just about sex, it's about the mentality of a woman who doesn't know her self worth. She's going to be desperate. She's going to let you use her card. She's going to give you her card. She going, you know what I mean? She's going to fight with your baby mama. She's going to entertain just dumb stuff, like, right? Because she's desperate. She doesn't have her self-worth intact. So I call it that so that we can see where we at with it. I need us to be accountable for where we at. How are we showing up in the world? Is that how I want to show up in the world? If I say it blunt like that to myself, that's a whole tactic that you're doing, then I can be like, okay, I don't want to show up like, I don't want to show up like that. I want to show up like a presentable woman. I want to show up like a woman who has her emotions intact, who has self-control, right? So in order for me to do those things, then I have to be aware that I'm acting in this way. Listen, seriously, these are the conversations that we have to have, bringing the awareness to these type of things for us to push the needle in our society, I think. So this is kind of where I've been moving lately. And so I'm really excited because I have interactive emotional healing workshops coming up. They'll be every Wednesday so that we can actually get into these things so people can start to say, all right, these are the boundaries I need to set. These are the boundaries that I've had misplaced or misused or trampled over that I need to reset, finding our middle ground, being able to get our mindset together, getting out of the mindset like the whole phase mindset and moving into a more productive mindset, whatever that looks like for you. Being able to understand and articulate our emotions and see the signs, right? Because I thought I was crazy for a long time. And then think about being in a relationship and I don't know, the characteristics constantly following you, like that. It's you. It's not them. It might be them too, but it's you that doesn't have the self-control because the problem keeps following you. So we can't, after a while, we can't say, oh, it's no good, insert whoever you date here. But we have to be like, okay, I'm not attracting. What am I attracting? I'm not attracting the right things. I had to look at myself and be like, all right, I'm, I'm doing this whole phase stuff. What am I attracting? Well, I'm being desperate. Somebody started liking me. I'm like, you like me? You like me? Like, I can't, what? I have to know that, yes, Victoria, you're pretty, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, right? You have something to offer. People are going to like you. And right? Like, what else are they bringing to the table? Are they like-minded? Y'all have the same goals? Are y'all looking in the same vision? Or, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I have to look at more than just, oh, they like me and they cute. They dark skinned with pretty teeth. Like, ooh, ooh. How many times has that been enough for us? Like, that can't be enough anymore. That can't be enough. That can't be enough. We have to know what we want, what we need, so that we can look at everybody that's coming and we can take inventory. Oh, this person is not giving me these things that I need, so I can't date them. It's good. Dreezy has a verse in her song where she says she ran into a lot of wrong guys with the right intention. It's people out here, they gonna love you, but do they provide what you need? Like the dudes that I was dating, they was cool. I like that, nothing wrong with them. But were they gonna provide what I need? Or was I gonna have to lower myself? Was I gonna have to make myself smaller? Or, you get what I'm saying? Was I gonna have to change me? Or could I stand strong in me and they just covered me? Right? I ain't found that yet. I ain't even I ain't found that yet. I don't know. I might be tall out here, but I'm waiting on a man that can cover me, be able to cover me, and it dangle down my feet. You can't see my feet even. Don't cover me to my ankles, okay? Cover me, right? Of course, of course. I'm so glad that I can have these conversations. I remember when I didn't feel comfortable. And the more every day, like, the healing is a journey every single day. Being able to look at myself and my emotions every day is a journey. So being able to do the healing work in real time and then come to you and share and have conversations like this. I think that's most important for us to develop our self-awareness. So I am so glad that you all joined me. Like, let's continue to meet and let's continue to develop our emotions together. I'm going to post the flyer for the workshop so people can start signing up, because I think that's something that we need, just a space for people who are on their journey to come vent, say what's going on, what they're working on, have a safe place to say, all right, I've messed up here, I fell off the wagon, but I just got back on, or this happened, or I'm wondering about this. Like, I think that's important, and for it to be interactive. Like, I can sit here and talk all day, but I want to hear what you got to say. I want you to be able to journal. And so, with the interactive healing workshops, I'm going to give you my Becoming Me inner workbook. Like, you'll have that and be able to work at your own pace and ask yourself questions, and then come back and say, hey, these are the things I need to work on. So please allow me to just be of support. Slide in my DMs. Let's talk about these things. Podcasts are coming out. Legacy Leap is about to open officially. I know I've been talking about it on the slide, but Legacy Leap Character Cultivation Collective. I know it's a tongue twister, but character, building in that character, being integral. Integral? Is that a word? Okay. Having integrity, like being able to have integrity to yourself. Be loyal to yourself. Like, we want the world loyalty over all. No, be loyal to yourself. If you can start with that in the connection to self, then you can have compassion and understanding for everything outside of you. So look out for that. It's coming soon. And yeah, I need to start going live more. I don't know why I don't be going live more. I've been writing. I just wrote this children's book called Never Get Trapped. And I just sent it to my VA. So it'll be out pretty soon here, and I'm really excited about that because I just heard of just a baby that was shot in the head. And it's like, I heard the story and I'm just like, oh, like, not again, just this senseless violence, not being able to control our emotions. So I wrote this children's book, and literally it gives me chills because it starts off with the child going outside and seeing a fight across the street. And as hood babies, what did we see? We want to go see who, like, what's going on over there. Like, but in the book he says, actually, no, I'm not going to go and do the same thing that they're doing. I'm going to go to the park. And he got skates, and it's about resilience and keeping your imagination. Is super cool, but it's never get trapped. Don't fall into that. Like, they don't have emotion, it has nothing to do with you. They not working on their self, that has nothing to do with you. Like, you have your own path, you get your own visions downloaded from you. Act on that. Don't ask nobody else if that's cool, right? Fail forward. Start today, okay? If you start today, then you can fail, figure out, fail, figure out, fail, figure out. All right. And by this time next year, you're gonna know what you're doing. Like, you get what I'm saying? So start today. Start today, start today, start today. And if I can help in any way, let me know, please. Okay, because that's what I'm here for. I love you lots. Um, I don't want to lie and say, like, I'm see you tomorrow, but if you are in Legacy Leap, you will definitely see me tomorrow because we plan out our weeks on Sundays in Legacy Leap. That's character building, time management. We got to figure it out so that we know what we're doing for the next week and we can become who we're destined to be. So, love you lots. Make sure you do some healing today. Peace and healing, y'all. I'm out.